guys, it's April with Crafting with April. I am doing a small quick tutorial here for you guys using some close to my heart products and some scraps that I had. I just have them, I didn't cut them all on one mat, but I do have them stuck to one mat because they're tiny pieces and I don't want to lose any. So I'm going to also be using some brads and things. As some of you know, I collect brads and I've got all sorts, so I don't know what I'm going to use yet, but I've got a few brads I'm going to use. You're going to need some ribbon and either your close to my heart snail or your art glitter glue, whatever it is that you prefer for an adhesive. And I do have my little flower pad because I am doing a flower and I like to give my flower some dimension. So I am using, this is the plaid from the Mix-In Kit X9007. And I'm going to be using that piece from Close to My Heart. I'm not sure which of the mixed-in packs that came from. Let's see. Yeah, that's the number, X9007. That is the mixed-in pack. And what it is I'm making a small purse for like your Ghirardelli chocolates and things. I keep these in my craft room for my little gift boxes. But you're going to, I wanted something, but I didn't really care for this project to have this background. I love the background, but I didn't want it on the, showing on the inside of my little purse. So I came up with a little way, I think, that will work to fix that. So I'm getting all my little pieces here, and you want to carefully remove your floral pieces. These are just scraps, guys. I don't know. It's just a red paper, your Close to My Heart paper, any of your papers, scraps should work. This is the poinsettia from the Close to My Heart flower cartridge, Flower Market, Close to My Heart Flower Market cartridge, and that is in Design Space. And before I get started on everything else, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm using my little flower tool or your ball stylus, whatever you have, and I am just going to kind of break down those papers and give that a little bit of curl. Some of you may have seen me do these before. Some of you may not, so I am going to show. And then that will be placed like so, giving it that dimension on the side. See if I can get it to focus in and show you guys there, maybe. But you can see how it's lifted up, and that's what we're going for. So I'm just going to set that to the side, and I'm going to do that with all of these pieces. And if you're textured on one side and you want your texture to show, just make sure that you flip it. And you don't have to do a whole lot. You can get it curled because you can flatten them back out, so it doesn't matter if it curls up a great big bunch. No problem. And you guys might hear my puppy's out there playing. She thinks she is a really mean girl, but she's not. She just likes to wrestle with the other dogs. And almost done. These little bitty teeny tiny ones, you may need your smaller ball stylus. I'm going to try it. If it's too small, you can tear your paper, so just be careful with that. I'm going to start with this one. I think it may just work. Yeah, that one's working still on that. It may not work on these teeny tiny little guys. Let me flip my texture over because I want it on the top. Yeah, that's working fine. All right, and now our flower's done and we can get this out of the way. That's all you have to do to it right now. well, actually, let's go ahead and glue it together so it has time to dry. I'm just going to use a little dot of wet glue because this is easier. And then you're just going to stagger your petals. Start with that next largest one. Just give it a second to dry. And you can totally use hot glue for this if you prefer. Might be a little overkill this small. And this file is available to everyone. You can find the link and yeah, that's right. You can find the link and a photo of the finished project on craftingwithapril.co. I'm just staggering my leaves on this, just so you guys know. You can find the file at www.craftingwithapril.co. Okay, and you'll go to the public SVG tab. It's not an SVG. It is a design space file. You will have to have access to use this particular flower. If you don't have access or you don't own the Flower Market cartridge, change it out for something that you want or purchase the cartridge. It's a great cartridge. I love it. I use it all the time. And I'm just staggering my petals as I put them down here, going from the largest to the smallest. Just a teeny tiny bit of glue. And then I am going to grab my stickles or Nuvo drops, whichever one I have. I think I'm going to use the Stickles Diamonds, or I might have pearls handy. We'll see. I don't know. I want to match it up to my purse and do just a small center. So yes, I'm going to be using my Stickles. I'm using the silver. You can get these at Close to My Heart. Again, my Close to My Heart is Crafting with April.ctmh.com. That one is .com. So I'm just gonna stick some in there so that it has time to dry. Just want a little bit of a center to break up those petals, and just a little bling, just a little teeny tiny bit. See if you guys can see that. How pretty is that? Very detailed. This is a good way to use up your scraps. Now you can do this by hand, but you won't get you will get 4 6x6 pieces out of it. If you're using your Cricut, you know it gives you that 1/4 inch, so you can't get 4 of them out of a sheet. So this is really for your scraps, your larger scraps and smaller scraps is basically what this is for. So this is the side, and we're just going to accordion fold. So we're going to fold mountain, valley, not worried about that folding on the bottom there. It's okay if it folds. And then mountain again. So your piece looks like a W. Okay. And then you have the tab at the bottom, and you can just fold that in. Okay. And you're going to do the same thing. If you fold it first, you won't worry about bending it so badly, maybe. Identical. two identical pieces. So what I wanted, I didn't want these tabs to show on the inside. So you're going to flip your paper over, and there's two slits, and you may have to either trim down just slightly, or I may have to increase the lines just a little bit. So let me grab my close to my heart scissors are over there for tonight's project, set to the side. So I'm just going to snip the corners just so I can get it to fit in there. There we go. Oops. I'm going to make sure you... I know this looks kind of strange, but trust me, it's going to work. Yep, I got to snip just a teeny tiny, and I will adjust the file so you guys don't have to do this. So yours will fit. I mean, it's just a very slight. I just didn't make my cut line quite long enough. So I've got my V towards the paper, the valley towards the paper. There we go. I mean, that's how little it was. And then I'm just going to come over here on the other side, and I'm just going to go ahead and, maybe it's just because I didn't open it up, but it's just two teeny tiny little slits. I'm going to back my scissors off a little bit. I don't need a big cut there. And I'm just going to trim this one off since I did the other, just so it'll fit in there. Again, with the V towards the pattern paper. And we're just going to slip that in there. So it should look just like this, okay? And we're just going to fold those back, just like so, just out of the way for now. And now I need some teeny tiny brads. And I have these are probably Tim Holtz. I am going to stick those in from the bottom. And we're going to open those up and spread that out. I want to make sure that I turn them so that they are not in the way. And one of my legs is a little long. There we go. Just turn it slightly. And let's get another one. We're going to put one in all four of these holes right here. Make sure that your brads are turned so they're not into these score lines here, and we'll fold those in just a moment. You can fold them first if you want to, but I can see mine through the paper. I use the Cricut maker, and I use the scoring wheels, so I get a really nice score off of that. Oops, lost that one. And I did this so that it would look lined from the inside and make it a little bit sturdier. This can be an ornament, it can be a treat box, it can be a number of things. So now I'm just going to leave those just like that. You can put a little bit of snail there if you want to on this tab and fold it over just to hold it down. I wouldn't wet glue this at this point. Just kind of mash that down just so it stays and it's not moving around on you. Next, you're going to flip it over, and this strip, let's go ahead and fold that score, which is right there. I'm going to make sure I push that all the way in. You want to make sure that that is flush. Let's fold this score line. Again, we're going to, and this is why you don't want to wet glue, so that you can adjust. Pull that piece all the way in. Give it a good press. There we go. So now those are in the way. Or I have, oops, there we go. So now I can see my score lines. I'm just going to keep it folded. And I am going to, you can glue or use your tape runner across that. And we're just going to line up the hole and right on the edge, edge to edge. It should line up anyway. If I can get it to cooperate with me. There we go. Just going to press that down. And now we're going to put another brad, and I haven't decided if I want to use a cardinal there. Will actually be this way. I think that I might. I think I am going to use the cardinal. You can use whatever brad you want, but I'm going to be using this cardinal brad. And this is going to fold over. So this is actually going to be facing down. So make sure if you're putting your decorative brad on there, you're putting it on in the correct way. Okay? Just like that. If I get it to focus. Because this is a Christmas themed project. I'm just going to open up that brad. Like so. Perfect. So now your project should look something like this. We're not done yet here. You're going to fold this top over right here. This is the top of your purse. And there are two more little slits right here. Here and here. You'll feel them. You'll see them. And I think I was going to go with the red and silver, but I think it's too narrow. But I'm just going to grab some of this ribbon here. Don't need much. I'm just going to cut a piece off. And we are going to fish that ribbon. Doesn't matter which way you go. Well, it does, but it doesn't. If you go this way, you're going to have to pull it through the other side. And just going to open that up just so I can get my ribbon through it. So I don't have to fish it. Pull that, just pull it down, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to break that line open. And this will be the hanger if you're using it for an ornament, or they want to use it for an ornament after. And I am going to put a little wet glue on the corners of my strip here and give them time to dry. That one I got good. I just missed one corner, I think, with my tape runner. So let's see. That looks pretty good. Before I do that, I'm going to fold on the rest of my scores. So we have one here, and then you have one right here. So we have those scores folded, and we're just going to fold right like so. And I'm going to determine that's a little long for my liking, so I'm just going to pull it down just a little bit more. That's better. And then I'm just going to clip off any extra. Not all of it, just some. And then I'm just going to take my tape runner and I'm going to press those down just so they don't move. And now we're ready to glue. And I am going to glue this. So I'm just going to go on this side here. I want to make sure that these pieces are flush. This is where they play a factor, so I'm just going to hold it in place. And I'm going to glue that whole tab, and I'm going to fold it over. Just like so. Get pieces in there. And then we're going to come to this side I'm going to fold that up, make sure my piece is straight there, hold it, and then I'm going to glue. On this side. I'm just going to fold that one over. Just like so. So you now have, just going to give that another press the other way. Same here and here. So that you can see the bottom of your purse is forming. Now we're going to do the sides. And I'm just going to put some glue on this tab. And then we're going to fold it and put it on this tab. And if you want to skip and just have, I just wanted the bottom of the purse to be fully the same as the rest of it inside. Of course, I can't do these sides that way because I know I just have a big, it's just too hard to do that way. If you don't like the side tabs in there, which the side tabs didn't bother me when I did my mock-up, I just didn't like the square in the bottom. It looked unfinished. I'm just going to glue those. And I forgot to get my Velcro dot. We're going to glue those in. Keep them lined up. It's going to look kind of square at this point, and that's fine. We're going to fix that. And you can run your bone folder in there. Or whatever tools you have handy. That's usually what I do. Got a little bit of glue on the inside of that I need. I'm just getting that extra glue off I had on my paper. So then you're going to press in your sides. That's your valley fold that we did in those side pieces at the top. And that's going to give you that little V indentation there. How cute is this? And then we're going to put our Velcro. You can use Velcro. You don't have to use Velcro, but I do want a Velcro closure on mine. And then we're going to add our flower. I'm just going to place mine right there. Get a little glue on the back. And position it right there. Just hold it for a minute and let it dry. Okay, I've let that sit to dry, and usually I use little Velcro dots that you get in the sewing department at Walmart. However, I'm either out or I have misplaced them. But I have some Velcro hook and eye here, and I'm just going to cut a small piece, which is not ideal, but it will work. I prefer the little round clear ones I get from Walmart. So I have to go and make a run. And I just stick mine together and then peel. I'm just going to place it right on there, and then peel this piece back, and then I am going to press it closed, and then it should stick, and yes it did. So I'm just going to give them a good press apart, And then we're going to add our little chocolates. And you can cut a little piece of tissue to throw in here as well. I haven't cut my tag yet. I am going to add a tag to the, get those in there. We'll hold 2 comfortably, maybe. Nope, just 1. I thought so, but that's fine. I'm just going to pull that down. I may have to move my Velcro. Yep, I do. So let me grab that. Oopsies. Just going to gently remove it so I don't tear my paper. And re-stick it. So put your candy in first before you put your Velcro on, so it lands in the right spot. There we go. Perfect. So it holds 1 candy. Pull the little lid down, it will stay. I'm trying not to get in my stickles there. How cute is that? And you can also use a magnet on this, guys, if you prefer. Cute little purse, perfect for an ornament. Can throw a tag on there, or just set them on a table for party favors. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. The file is available, and I am going to move my Velcro dot just slightly bit up, just a little bit more, just to give it some closure, some better closure. It doesn't really need it though, it's basically staying on its own. So hope you guys enjoy it. I will post the photos and the file up for you guys. Have a wonderful crafting day, and I'll catch you on the next video.